What up, YouTube? Another episode of the Chevy Diaries here. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video. As you can see probably from the camera shaking, I got this new cell phone holder thingy in here. And it's good for just sitting still like right now. I mean, it's even shaking while I'm trying to. It's one of those things that like clips to stuff. See, I'm like moving in the car and it's like shaking all over. It probably wouldn't be a very good one while I'm driving. I haven't tested it out yet while I'm driving. But I wanted to kind of give you guys an update. I've been doing this now almost a month. What's today's date? I think I started, let me change the date on here. Let's go with digital. Okay, so the date today is the 5th of June. I think I started Amazon on the 9th of May. That's like when I officially signed up for it. And I'd have to go back in, no. The 9th of May is when I sent my first shipment out. So probably this time last month, I was getting everything ready to ship out. So again, I apologize for the shaking. The clip it clips onto something and it's got this weird wired stand that like holds it up and stuff. The one on my windshield, it just kept falling off. Plus I got a TomTom that I found in my house that I updated over the weekend. I'm going to start using that for sourcing and stuff, just to try to get out of my local area. Maybe go maybe like on the weekends or something, go check out some other stuff. But I've basically I'm starting to get the hang of this thing, starting to learn how to maximize my time. But yeah, I created my first shipment on May the 9th last month. So almost 30 days ago, a couple more days, 4 more days, it'll be exactly a month since I created my first shipment. So definitely learned a lot of stuff on my journey here. Still smoking, as you can see. It's hard work, you know. I'm not gonna say I went into this expecting it to be like easy, super easy, but I didn't think it would be this much work. I've come across a lot of good deals, a lot of good stuff for myself. That's kind of one of the cool things about, sourcing, going to all these different stores, is you actually find a lot of cool stuff for yourself, and a lot of stuff I found related to FBA. I've came across so many labels, in the stores that I'm going to. I won't need those for a long time. I found that laser printer that I got for $7. I use that all the time now for the labels and the UPS and all that. As far as costs, I've been able to keep my costs down. The only thing I can't find basically for free is bubble wrap, and I really need that stuff. Luckily, Walmart sells it cheap, but I found a source for boxes. I never really need to buy boxes at all. I've only bought one box so far, and that was my first shipment. I was at Walmart, and when I was buying all my other stuff like tape and bubble wrap and stuff, I was like, well, I don't know what boxes I'm going to be able to get, so let me just grab. So I got one. But I have been keeping up with my goal of at least sending one shipment per week to Amazon. Sold some pretty interesting stuff. Surprisingly interesting stuff. My wife laughs at me all the time when I come home with stuff, and she's like, nobody's ever going to buy that. And then like the next day or a day or two later, I'll say, hey, guess what somebody bought? And she's like, what the hell? So definitely finding out what's good to buy, what's not good to buy. I'm really trying to stick to making a decent profit. Like, I'm staying away really from anything pretty much $5 and under. I'm kind of just ignoring, unless it's a mass quantity. Like if I find 10 things, like what was it? Not this shipment, the last shipment. I think I found 7 things that each had like a $5 profit. You know, together I found 7 of the same quantity. So in that regard, I'll usually go ahead and do it. But if it's just like one item, you know, that's like a $3 or $4 profit, I'm not really going to bother. It's just not worth it. I got some new products. Well, they're not new. I came across something that I sold on Amazon about 2 weeks ago, and I was really surprised, like the price it sold for. And I can pick these up, you know, all day long for about anywhere from $5 to $10 being the most expensive. And the average selling price is around, yeah, I'd say average is probably between 50 and like 70, with a few of them being over 100, like the one I sent in yesterday. That one sells for like 120, and I paid $10 for it, I think. So, but that's not going to be every time. So I'm kind of experimenting right now. You know, more high value items than like books. The last shipment that I'm waiting to get checked in right now, half of it's checked in. There's another box still floating around somewhere that should be getting checked in soon. But that was like the rest of the stuff from my house. I went around my house on one night when my son was like taking a bath. He was playing in there, so I'm like, oh, let me just go, you know, scan a bunch of stuff. So I wound up sending in like 20 things that I found at my house, you know, that I went ahead and set in. So I'm waiting for that shipment to get checked in. I just got off the phone with my wife. She's dropping off my boxes from last night there. So hopefully those will get shipped in soon. And I know we lost some time with the Memorial Day holiday last weekend. Normally I'd be getting an email, usually like today, that said all of my shipments are checked in now. But I haven't gotten that email yet. I haven't looked at my email in a couple hours. So there could be one in there, but definitely learning some stuff. And like I said, I've really learned how to maximize my time. It used to take me, so everybody knows, you know, I work this job. I get off at 3 o'clock. So usually I'll spend, I go one day during the week, and then usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you know, for the rest. But so on Thursdays, the one day during the week I go on Thursday, and it used to take me, I'd really average about an hour in every store I would visit, and I'd really only be able to visit like 4 to maybe 4 or 5, but I still visit around this. I'd say 4 is really the only ones I'd be able to go to before last week. And then as I've been doing this for a while, I know what to look for, I know where to go. So now I've been able to fit 5 stores last week in less than 4 hours. So I did pretty good. Got a bunch of stuff, because I know exactly, I visit pretty much the same stores every week, so now I know exactly where to go. I know where the stuff is. I know the sections I need to look in, and it depends also if I'm looking for anything for myself. Usually after I'm done sourcing, if there's anything I'm looking for, then I'll go look at a couple of items for myself if I'm looking. But last Thursday I didn't really look for myself at all, unless it was something that I just happened to see while I was walking around. So I'm really trying to go. I think my shipment today only had 22 items. So I wish I had more. I feel like the first 2 or 3 weeks, first 2 weeks, man, I was just, every store I went to, I was getting at least 5 or 6 things in each store. And now the last 2 weeks been kind of slim pickings as far as, you know, stuff. But I added a new store in there, and so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to save like the boxy stores maybe like your Walmarts, your Targets, those kind of places for the weekend and Friday night. Usually I'll go out Friday night, and depending, but that's what I want to do with this TomTom. I want to start looking at some things, typing them in there, because I know where there's probably about a good 10 stores. Oh, here's a picture of that thing that I have here. This is what I'm using right now. It's meant for like a desk. You know, you clip it on there, but I have it clipped on my little center console here, because like I said, the TomTom's going to go on the window, and when I hook that up here, but I'm not hooking that up till this weekend, because that's a lot. Like this phone is so big, the damn things fly off. It makes it fall, unless I super glue it onto the thing. But I just feel like in order to make this FBA thing work, you know, I really need some more high value stuff. Like, unless you're sending in, you know, like 1,000 books, and I haven't done any. You know, it's really hot here in Arizona right now. Like yesterday, the last weekend, it was like 115, 113. Today, right now, I'm in my truck, it's 108. So yard sailing and stuff is kind of sketchy. I feel like I kind of missed the window on that. You could go early Saturday morning, but you know, by about 9 o'clock, you're toasted. So you got to get out there early. I haven't done any of that, just because, you know, I've been kind of lazy. But I have some new strategies, some things. This is going to be an interesting shipment that just got sent today. I got a few test products in there of some things that I'm very curious on. So the one item I just told you that has like a, you know, I'm trying to remember what my after Amazon fees and all the costs. The only problem with these items is they're a tad on the heavy side. The average weight's about 10 pounds. So it's hard to, when I'm shipping that. I mean, I still got a good deal. Like, I think the two boxes I sent were like 35 pounds each. And that one, I think, cost me like $20 or whatever to ship. So it's not bad. But again, there was only a couple items in there. So that's the only downside, is that these products are a tad on the heavy side at 10 pounds. And, you know, I'd have to send like a ton of boxes, you know, if I got like 100 of these things. So that's that. The other product I'm sending in, which is actually like the complete opposite, it's super light. Now the profit, and this goes back to one of those things I was saying about buying in quantity. So I'm testing, I got 5 of an item, and one of them, or is it 1? 2. So the cool part about this item, this shipment, was that, let's see, one box was going to Tennessee, the other box was going to New Jersey, and then a smaller box that had 3 items in it was going right here in Phoenix. Well, 2 out of the 3 items is one of the products I'm testing. So I'm curious to see. That should get there. UPS, I mean, it's today Monday. I would say Wednesday at the latest. I wish there was a way I could drop it off. I know I've read on Amazon, you know, you can't, regular sellers aren't allowed to, you know, go there and drop stuff off, but it'd be so much, because the warehouse is like right down the street from my house. So it'd be awesome if I could just drop it off, save myself the shipping. But anyway, but that only costs like $3, so that's fine. It'll get there Wednesday. So I'm curious to see when that goes live, because if this thing sells, if these 2 items that I sent in, the profit's only, I think, like $2 or $3. So not really, you know, in the grand scheme of things, with like 1 or 2 or even 5, you're talking maybe $10, $15. But the cool part is I can get this product all day long, super cheap. I mean, and the place I was at yesterday had like, you know, 30 of them, 40 of them, all for the same price. And it's a constant item. It's not something that they have like once. So if those things sell quick, and by quick I mean in a week or two, I'm gonna just clean out the store every time, because that would be a nice profit. You know, if I could make a $2 or $3 profit consistently on 100 items, 50 items, you know, you're talking, that'd be a good, you know, couple $100 a month extra. That'd be awesome. So there's a couple items from this place that I'm sending in just to see, you know, doing a little test. That's why I don't, you know, sometimes it's a good deal, but I don't want to send 50 items to this place and it doesn't sell. It just sits there. But like I said, the cool part is I think it's stupidly light. It's like 0.5 ounces or something like that. So I mean, I could fill an entire box of probably, you know, an 18 by 18 or something. I could fill like friggin' over 500 easy probably in it. I mean, because it's skinny, real light, you know. The rank is, it's not horrible, but it's not the greatest, which I find odd, because in its category, an item similar to this is like on the first page of Amazon, on the bestseller list in this category. So that's why I was like, okay, well, let me test it. But I'm doing some research, and surprisingly, there's certain things I pass up all the time in stores, because I'm like, who the hell wants one of those? Like, nobody uses that crap anymore. But this morning, I was looking through the bestsellers stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? How is this a bestseller? So there's some items I need to keep my eye out for. But yeah, I'm still obsessed with checking the seller app. Check it all the damn time. You know, I get nervous as we go through the day, and it's still zero, still zero, still zero. I at least want to try and sell one thing a day. I know it would be awesome to sell, you know, to open up your Amazon seller app and you see 20, you know, 30, whatever, but you got to start somewhere. But these other products. So the one from Tennessee, that might even get there this week. I think the last time I had a Tennessee shipment, I want to say, I think it was really fast. It got there like Thursday or Friday, the same week. So it was really cool. And that one has a lot of stuff in it. Never fails though. They always got me sending at least one box somewhere on the East Coast, whether it's Virginia. Funny part is the last 2 shipments, like the first couple shipments, like Virginia was popping up on my thing every time. And now I think the last 2 have been the same. The last week was Jersey and Tennessee, and now this week is Jersey, Tennessee, and Phoenix. And I was kind of scared, because I thought with these kind of bulkier items that I have, those 10-pound ones, I was like, oh man, I was so dreading getting to the shipment page when it's like calculating. I'm like, watch, it's gonna be like friggin' 10 different shipments. Surprisingly, it was only 3, you know, which was nice. But, you know, and so it was kind of cool. I just wish it wasn't so far. Like, I wish I could send everything to like Tennessee or, you know, Arizona would be awesome. I'd be paying like, you know, $3 or whatever. But I know there's a way you can do it in Amazon. I know you can send everything to one center, but that just takes more time. Like, if I send everything to Phoenix, well, then I gotta wait 3 days for it to get to Phoenix. Then it gets to Phoenix. Then they gotta scan it in and do what they do there. Then it's gonna take an extra day or 2. Then they gotta ship it to where they gotta ship it to. Then it's gonna take another, you know, week for it to get there. So it's just not worth it. One thing that I have noticed that I decided today or yesterday was that I'm definitely getting the shipping costs wrong. Like, I know in those apps you can set it to like 70 cents per item, but you know, with these bulkier items and stuff that I sent yesterday, I mean, I was averaging like $1.50. Again, they're heavy, so I understand that. But I'm trying to go, so I changed the settings in my seller app. It won't let me put anything over $1, or I'm sorry, over 99 cents. So I jacked it all the way up to 99 cents. So if I can, now most items aren't going to be obviously 10 pounds or even 5 pounds. Most of them are probably going to be like 1 or less, something like that. But I'm going super conservative on this deal. So if I scan something and it shows me, you know, a $10, $15 profit with the shipping cost being there at 99 cents, you know, then that's totally doable. That's totally doable. You know, because most products would probably be less. But the one thing I don't understand with UPS is that when you're calculating your costs, and maybe somebody can help me with this. So when you click calculate, it brings up your price of how much you got to pay, and if you want to accept that or not. And I noticed that it says item weight, like yesterday, I think it was, one of the boxes was 33 pounds. But it said billable weight was 42 and a half. And I'm like, what the hell? You just added 10 pounds to this freaking thing. Now, I don't know if it did give me that little warning that says you may incur extra charges because the box is big. I feel like friggin' UPS, anything bigger than a shoebox, they're like, oh, we got to charge you extra for that. So maybe somebody can help me out on that, why they would add 10 pounds. Is that from the... because the box is larger, or, you know, whatever. But anyway, that's about all I got now. So we'll see how this new thing, so this will probably be what it looks like when I'm driving around. It'll be all like bouncy like this, you know. So we'll see if that's too annoying or not. It might be. I don't know. The truck ride's pretty smooth, so, you know, we'll see where we're at. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to try to make more videos. I'll definitely make a video next time I go sourcing. But there's some new stores and things I'm going to hit. So I hope you guys have a great week. You know, here's to all your profits. And may we all succeed. Take care, guys.